On this episode of the Asking Us SEO Show, episode number 18, I discuss managing client expectations. Boom! Okay guys, so on today's episode, I really want to sort of dive into my understanding and my approach to managing a client's expectation, whether it's SEO, and largely to a large extent it will be SEO, but I'll try to tie in other online marketing strategies as well if I can. Now, one of the biggest, let me take you back to when I first started with SEO full time, right? Where all I was doing was SEO was the start of 2008. And I did obviously a bit in 2007 when I was building websites, and we touched on titles and descriptions, and it was truly the first time when I was made aware of the SEO process as to why titles and descriptions are important, and sort of organizing content to a large extent. But doing it full time for an agency really started in 2008. And I always sort of believed that, you know what, we can help every client, right? If there's a client, we can help them. Now, this is purely all from my experience and my opinion, okay? I don't believe that every marketer can help every business. That's what I think. And that there is an onus on the client, and there's also a responsibility from the marketing professional. And I want to make this disclaimer: I'm no way taking away the responsibility for the marketing professional to get results for the client. What I am saying is that managing expectations and knowing who to work with from a marketing professional's point of view is absolutely essential. And so managing a client's expectations starts from when I started from the beginning, that I understood it as, hey, you know what, we can help every single client. And that was basically a painful realization. It was I didn't know at the time, but it was going to become a painful realization that is not the case. Especially wasn't the case for me. And I will dive into that even further as to why I don't think that is. So going from my original understanding that, you know what, if you've got money, we can help you. But it also takes a strong and determined leadership to get results in an online marketing world that is complex, disruptive, noisy, competitive, and just ever-changing, really. And so the big thing that I wanted to take away here is that you really need, from a marketing point of view, you need to manage a client's expectations to the point where they're not just the leadership team, but essentially the entire organization is bought into the online marketing strategy as a whole. Why? Because I can tell you some of the best ideas I've got to help businesses grow online have come from even the employees who deal with customers face to face, and not sort of in the background marketer detail. And so you really do need, because obviously from a marketer's point of view, we're not facing generally, especially if we're working for clients, we're not facing the clients every day. We're not seeing them. We're not dealing with them and sort of interacting with them. I would love to change that. I haven't sort of figured out how to do that for my clients, but you know, we can only do the best we can. And so the best compromise is to actually get involved and talk to the people at front hand of that are dealing with them on the front line. And so I believe if the leadership team and the business as a whole hasn't bought into the importance of online marketing and understand that the tools of today are here to build us brain equity and awareness, and they are essential overall, not just to build brand equity and awareness, and also, as I discussed last week's episode, to get us prepared for the tools of tomorrow, but to also stay in business and to maximize your potential growth. And our slogan for Omega Digital is unleashing our clients' maximum potential, because the maximum potential that a marketer can unleash really comes down to the potential of the business and the leadership that's running it. But like I said, I'm not taking away from the marketer's responsibility. The marketer's responsibility, I'm just going to kick this dog as I walk by it. The marketer's responsibility is to see the client, to understand the business, to determine the client's expectations, and to have a plan in place that, you know what, we can actually get results for this client. We can assess what we need to assess. Because look, what you need to assess, I'm not going to, it might be a few different things that are unique to each organization or each professional. But whatever it is, you need to assess it at some capacity and truly believe, you know what, we can get results. Not just not have a plan. Client's got money, it's got budget. Yeah, let's give it a crack. But assess the situation, look at the competitors, have a feel for the environment that they're in and the industry that they're in. Where are they currently on their journey? Assess the business in terms of the leadership. Has the company bought into it, or whatever they've got to do? But the marketer has to observe and assess and truly understand, have a plan in place to go, you know what, we can get results, especially if they're going to be doing a lot of the work themselves. And I just think that if we don't do that as a marketer, well, not only are we doing the client a disservice, we're doing ourselves a disservice. Now, stepping into managing the client's expectations, here is the thing about marketers. We don't turn lead into gold. We take the gold that is buried in the ground, take it out, extract it, and show the entire world exactly what it is and what it's about. And if we as Omega Digital are going to unleash our client's maximum potential, then it's absolutely paramount that the entire organization says, you know what, for us to get to the next level or for us to grow, we need to have, as I mentioned in the last previous video, a diversified marketing strategy, online marketing strategy, and to ensure that our money and our funds are put into the areas that are going to help us grow. And we're going to choose this marketing team, company, professional, individual, whatever, to get us to that next level. And so that's the responsibility from the client's end. I like to think that, no amount of marketing, if a business sells products and the products are running late or they don't get to the customer on time, consistently, over time, customers send email inquiries, the company doesn't get back to them. For me, I don't want to work with those companies. I don't want to work with a company that cannot treat the customer in the way that they deserve to be treated. If they can't look after the very essence of what actually keeps them in business, then what amount of marketing is going to change that? It's a problem from the top. And so if we can identify that, we do not want to work with those sort of clients. And we don't want to work with those sort of businesses. We want to take the businesses that, like I said, are already gold, but they haven't reached their potential. No one really knows about them into the level that they want to, and they haven't sort of grown and developed. Now, can you help clients understand, customer first, whatever it is they got to do to sort of improve and get orders out on time? Sure, you can. But for us, that's not the sort of position we feel comfortable in actually delivering. So we are sort of quite strict in saying, this is why we work with this client, and we have an acquisition model that we have developed, a client acquisition model that we have built based on the successful campaigns, as well as understanding in my professional career the campaigns that haven't worked out, the campaigns that I didn't get results for, and really actually a lot more was actually learned from the campaigns that I didn't get results for over the last 10 plus years, as opposed to the campaigns that did get results. But it's quite important to understand who you can work with and who you can't. Now, I saw on SEO, I think it was SEO Moz, how they put down like this progressive, like this line chart, line graph about a client's particular, or even the organization, and how far they've kind of bought into the SEO process or the online marketing process, and how they just sort of they're like, I know it's important, I'll just tick it off, get this company to do all the work, and that's it, no involvement, to the point where it's like, we're truly invested. We believe in this strategy wholeheartedly, and that we believe it's going to be the difference between success and failure moving forward. And so we have to buy into a diverse marketing approach. Then they've illustrated that quite well. I just look at that graph and go, well, you know what? Unless you're at the top, we're not working with you. Now, because put it this way, I've had campaigns in the past that I felt more passionate about the business and its growth than the client. And that's just not cool. You just can't have that. The leadership have to be to the point of that they're obsessed with getting results and do what it takes and have that energy. And realize that the marketing here is to support the business. It's there as an extended arm of the business. But from their point of view, every day is marketing. Every day it's documenting and creating content. Every day is producing creative to the mass. And that's actually even just the first step. It's doing it at such a high capacity and at such a high scale. Then go, okay, well, we're producing it at a large scale. We believe in it. We have your expectation. We have the expectation that we need to do this as a minimum. Now the market comes in and says, okay, how can we make those messages as effective as they possibly can to reach the long-term goal? And for us at Amiga Digital, we've defined the long-term or the ultimate goal as, put it this way, if online died tomorrow, if Google, for my SEO clients, ceased to exist tomorrow, it disappeared, would they have the brand awareness and the diverse marketing strategy to survive even with a big hit, as to say that SEO is completely, let's just say hypothetically, completely removed? Are they going to be still in business? Are they still going to be functioning, or is that component just going to take them out completely? And so the ultimate goal is to use the strategies today to build the big brand tomorrow. So no matter what comes, no matter what innovative tools come in the future, it's a nice progression to the next level, being prepared. And as I was just listening, failure to plan is a plan to fail, right? So failing to plan is just devastating. And for the client to truly understand, I don't even know if I said that right, you get it right. But to get the client to be client, the leadership, to say, you know what, this is a huge opportunity for us. We need to be thinking at a level that, we have an effective way that I've helped the client understand this in the past was this. If you have your own TV channel, what would you do with it? And they're like, just content all day long, just saturate it, just blast it with quality, value-adding content. Understand what the market wants and just give it to them and diversify it and try to show who we are. And see, one client of ours have taken that approach to mean, so you want us to become our own marketing agency? No. I don't want you to become my competitor, right? I want the business to understand that content and producing it in a way that is unique to you, to tell your story, to tell who you are, is absolutely critical. What I like to do as part of as an SEO, because obviously, what we love doing, I love finding the conversational type queries. I love finding, what is the market searching for? And no matter, some companies will be like, hey, people are really asking that? Really? That's so simple. Okay, well, they're asking it, so answer it. And sometimes you got to think inside the box, and sometimes you got to think, you think outside and inside the box. And so what I love doing is going, you know what? Or some clients will be like, oh, that search term that you gave us, that search term, that doesn't apply to us. Or that's the wrong way of doing it. You shouldn't cut this 45 degrees, or you shouldn't build that way, or you shouldn't lay tiles this way. Okay, but that's what they're searching for. So have an article, or have your video with an article and talk about why that is not the right way of doing it. Become a thought leader. You want to use the marketing medium. Your goal is to produce content to also become a leader in your industry, to become an expert, to be a game changer, to be an innovator, not to be, well, this doesn't apply to us, so we'll just let the market go down that entire wrong direction. Correct the direction. Sometimes seeing a sign that says wrong way, go back is actually good, right? You shouldn't just go, well, let them go down there and realize, hang on, that's the wrong side of the road. Like, when you go on those on-ramps and sometimes you see the wrong way, go back. You're not supposed to go there or go down that way or whatever. So if you're going in the wrong direction, if you want to become an industry thought leader, then change the game. And so, you're producing content not just because you want more traffic, not just because you want more sales, not just because you want more inquiries, not because you want more brand awareness, not because you want more reach and recognition in the market, not even to become an industry thought leader, but to ensure your company's survival and to maximize the full potential of where you can go. And every business's potential is going to be different. And that's the takeaway. That's the takeaway of managing a client's expectation from a marketer's point of view, is that every business you're going to work with, you have to realize that that business is going to have a limit of how much growth it can actually achieve. My job is to maximize it. It's not my job to supersede that, to go beyond that, as I define marketers. Now, as something that I love doing, I like getting the small businesses and saying, you know what, this is how you can sort of, go beyond your current potential. Because as a small business, they'll have a potential of how far they can go. And I'm just like, is that how far you want to go? Okay, cool. Let's get to that level. Do you want to go further? Because just because they're a small business, they may not necessarily even be interested in becoming a really, really, really big business, right? Maybe they just want to employ a few people, become a mover and a shaker. They only want certain jobs, and they want to show how good they are. And that's fine too. And so they're going to have their potential defined by what they want to achieve as a company, and also by the talent of the leadership team. And look, I'll be honest with you, my best campaigns I've ever done in SEO have all had one thing in common. Me. No, joking. I'm joking. No, but that put me off. But the leadership team was not only behind it, but motivated. And I'm hoping to produce a case study very, very soon. I don't think it's going to come out before next year, but this particular client said, Andrew, I want to be number one. Andrew, I want to be number one. Andrew, I want to be number one. I'm like, cool, everybody does. Everybody wants to be number one on Google. Everyone wants to be the number one business. What are you going to do about it? So when I would send recommendations for, I'm just going to do that off now. When you're going to send recommendations for A, B, and C, did they get D, E, and F done as well? Did they anticipate what needs to be done? I gave them a couple of things to do. Did they do double? And that's the sign of a business and a leadership team that is motivated, educated, and inspired. And that is the key to having a very successful marketing campaign. I love to do one thing as well. I love sometimes what sort of, like on a small business scale, what sort of uninspires a client is the fact that they're not really understand the digital landscape. I think what they can do is get help to understand exactly the market, understand social media, understand SEO, understand AdWords, understand all these mediums, and really what are they here to do? These platforms are here to do what for your business? And obviously to ensure their survival, maximize their full potential. But for them to understand, I shouldn't be scared of Facebook. I shouldn't run out of content ideas today. I shouldn't run out of, every day that I'm working is a piece of content. How can I change is there a lot of sort of bad operators in the business? Can I sort of change it? And the story of Zappos and what they did with the customer service revolutionized the online retail business to a large extent to focus and put an emphasis on something that is so simple. Put the customer first. They're paying the money. And look, a lot of CEOs, and I'm going off on a tangent now, says, they put the employee first. I mean, okay, depending on the context, but I'm not going off on that tangent. But they obviously put customers at such a high level and really bent over backwards to go to if they weren't happy with the shoes they created, how can they send them another one with free shipping and just going that extra mile? And that's why Zappos is a $1 billion company that it is today. That I think it's been bought out by Amazon now. But the point is that they built that really big business on the back of smart, intelligent leadership and how important they put the customer first. And that's why we just refuse to work with anyone that doesn't do that already. So the marketing, so a leadership team that it's vital for them to be bought into the online. Their expectation is and should be, we are totally sort of, what's the best word? No, I don't want to sound over dramatic, but we have totally bought into what we understand that this is the best opportunity for us to maximize our potential. And we are willing to do everything that it takes to become successful. We know you as our marketing person has a certain responsibility to help us get results, but your job is to bring the best sort of content that we can produce, help us, guide us, motivate us, educate us, inspire us to produce the best we can, the best content we can. It's 6 o'clock on a Friday, what's something else we can do for you? Big impact, bought into it, fully motivated, fully charged, fully inspired. And what I love to do in the digital mentoring service that we produce, I love the education. I love motivating a client. I love motivating a small business. You know what? You're a small business. That's fine. But you have so much. Being a small business means that you can move at a faster rate than a really big business. You have the agility on your side. You can maneuver. You've got the stealth. Big businesses are like, whoa, we're going to move in this totally new direction. Okay, well then there's a lot of planning that comes with that. You're a small business. You can move, adapt, change any direction you like. And that's the sort of beneficial sort of component of a small business. So I'm going to end with this. Managing the client expectations. Are they fully engaged, fully inspired, fully brought into what online marketing can do? How that it can be the difference, like taking it to the point where it can be the difference of staying in business and going out of business. And also it's a medium that we have to take full advantage to maximize our potential, because online marketing is the game. It's where it's at. The show's here. For all those people that love to dance, this is the nightclub. This is where you come. This is where you show what you have. You're in the marketplace. You want to play the game? So let's play it, right? And give it everything that we have. And on that note, I'm going to end it there. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment below, and I'll love to hear from you. Thank you.